So in Linux, as you already know, everything is a file. Okay, everything is stored as a file, even your hard drive, USB. There are no drives like Windows, so everything is a file. So it's important to know the file system of the Linux. So as you can see, this is the Windows file system. You have different drives. DVD drive is assigned a letter, hard drive, USB drive, and they're all under my computer. Okay, and then you have different directories or folders where there's specific information is stored. Or you have program files, user information. So similarly, so this part is similar to Linux. Okay, now since Linux doesn't have drive, so my computer, meaning the root of the Linux file system, is represented by /. So think of root as the C drive, and then everything else falls under the root directory. Now, don't get confused root directory with root user. Root is the main directory, and the root user is the user the user with administrative privileges. So these are the two different things. So you have the root directory, and underneath you have bunch of directories, and each directory contains a specific information. Okay, and then under these directory you have subdirectories, all, and you can see all are, they're all the subdirectories. So in a command line, if you want to see what's in the root directory, you type ls /, and these are the contents of your root directory: bin, dev, home. They're all under the root directories. Okay, so one of the directory in the root directory is called home. Okay, now if you go to, let's see, if you go to cd, okay, because it's under the root directory, that's why I cannot go there. Okay, so under the home directory, you have the directories of every user. Every time you create a user, every user has their own directory, and which is under the home directory. Okay, now let's look at in the graphical user interface. So I'm gonna start this here. Just gonna show you something. So this is in the graphical user interface in GUI. This is the content of your home directory. Okay, and if you look at in, you will also see here the home directories, the content of the current user's home directory. Now, if you want to see what's inside, if in GUI, to access the root directory, you have to enable it. By default, when you start the GUI, it will only show you the current user's home directory. It will not show you the root directory. To do that, you need to enable it, and the command is, so you remember sudo with sudo command, anything that you're changing with the system, you have to use the sudo command that give you access, and then you have to get to type in your password to enable to perform that task. So anyway, so the command is sudo nautilus. It's asking me for my password. And there you go. So when you type, so the only way you can access your root directory through in the GUI by enabling it in the terminal with the command sudo nutalis, which is the file manager. Okay, so here you see root file system. You click on root file system, and here you have all these directory where if in case you want to make changes or anything through the root directory, this is where you have to do it. This is how you will access the root file system. So if I go to home, you see there's a, well, this is my user account and this is my home folder here. I have only one user account, so you will see only one home folder. And then here you have to, so if you want to go back to your terminal, just type Control C and it will take you to the prompt. Okay. So these are, okay, let's see. So there are different directories, the important directory. So remember when we talk about you can enable the subsystem in you can enable the subsystem in well, you can install Linux Ubuntu subsystem in Windows 2000. And I was telling you, I think it was Jeremy who said, okay, maybe you can manipulate, you can mess up your system files or other directories. So the best practice is whenever you're practicing, just stay in your home directory. So I'll just, let me see, where is it? How did you guys install the subsystem? Windows subsystem? Anyway, if you need help, you let me know, okay? Because I find it very useful for practicing commands without using virtual machine or anything. So this is, so when you install this subsystem, it asks you to create a user account. So that user account is only belong to the Linux subsystem. And here it's initially is empty. And there you can create files, directories, and practice with different commands. Okay, so this is to determine whether the user is, so to see the current location, because you could be in different location, different user, you can move out or you can log out of the root account, or you can log into the root account, you can be in different location. So pwd is the command to show you. So right now I'm in home sysadmin directory. Also and what's in the sysadmin directory? I have desktop, document download. These are all my files in my home directory. Well, this is mostly for organization purposes, just like Windows. You have pictures folder, document folder, desktop folder. So it's very similar to Windows. One thing I want to show you. So if you go to the curriculum main page and you refresh your page, because probably if you don't see it, if you haven't refreshed if you did not refresh the page since the beginning of the class, you won't see this Linux directory structure. Do you guys see this Linux directories in your main page? Okay, so
Yes, sir.
yeah, so if you click on it, so there's a link. Like I said, I add links. If I see something is missing in the curriculum, I go and add links. So I don't want you, for the exam purposes, you don't have to memorize or know what each directory contains. This is just for your, so as you continue your work in Linux, at least, and you will see all these directories. Sometimes they'll ask you to go to lib directory or user directory or etc directory. So at least you have some idea what this directory means, what it means. So this is your root directory, and there you have other directories, and each directory has information that is that is crucial to run your operating system. So if you look at it, so let's see what each directory. So here, bin directories contains binaries. Mostly it contains the command that you use. Then you have dev directory, okay? It contains special files related to devices, okay? All the devices files are inside the dev directories. And the thing about the content of dev directories, these are virtual files, not physically installed on your disk. They're virtual files. Mostly they resides in memory, okay? etc also contains configuration files and of different applications. Then you have user binaries and program data. Home, user personal data. Each user has their directory in the home directories. Then there's lib. It contains libraries. We're not going to discuss library now, but that's what the lib directory contains. Sbin, you have system files. This is temporary files. Different variables. Remember, I don't know what chapter we talk about variables. That's where they're stored in var files. Anything that is related to your boot, all the boot files in boot directory. Processes. What are the running process? You know, when you in Windows, you can go to the task manager and see the running process. So all these running process are here in proc directory. These are optional softwares. The root, the home directory of the root user. It's not the root directory, but the home directory of the root user. We might gonna use this media when you come to the school, and we're gonna install operating system and use USBs and different media. So the media is the directory where you can access your USB drive, SD drive, or DVD drive through the command line, from the command line. Also, the directories are also mounted in there. So the media and mount are very similar. Okay, if you see media in here, I think here in Linux, you don't see the media, you will see the mount directory. Do you guys know the concept of mounting? When you access an external drive, it has to be mounted. Okay. What else? And there are service files, all these. So for now, like I said, you don't, in the exam, you don't have to, I'm not going to ask you what each file, what type of information each directory contains. Is just for your knowledge. Because when we move to different chapter, they will talk about go to etc directory and list files in etc directory. So at least you have some idea. Okay, so I highly recommend that you go over this. It's not long. It says 5-minute reading, so that's all. Yeah, 5-minute read. Okay, so let's get back to file. So pwd, so pwd, okay, shows you the current location. Changing directory, I'm sure you guys know how to change directory. So if I want to go to document directory, the type is cd, the command is, sorry, cd documents with cd, you go back to your home directory, right? This is, and if you type the name of the directory that does not exist, it will give you the error message. This is similar to, I think cd is in, you guys probably have a lot of practice with cd. Now, if you want to go to, let's say, home sysadmin directory, this is the long path. Let me see, cd home. What did I do? cd document. So if I want to go to the school directory, what would I type? cd documents / Oh, you can go to any directory from here by using the /. What else? So cd home sysadmin, we type this command, and if you type pwd, it will show you the location. Okay, what else is here? So the relative path is the path, the simple path that take you to the directory, and then you have a long path you can go, which I just explained. You have to specify the whole path. So you have to specify the each directory separated by /. So it will take you to the directory home sysadmin document school and art. Okay. And here, this is your current location. You want to go back to your root directory, simply type cd. So here, you see sysadmin document school art. With cd period will take you one directory back. You can also use period with multiple. So if I'm in, let's say, cd, so if I am in cd document, what happened here? And here is going to take me double the separate, like 2:2 dot is going to take me to the downloads folder.
Okay, so like instead of writing the exact word, you can just do it by a
Yes.
period, and then if you know that in which directory you want to go into, you can just type it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is, so this is what the path. So you have absolute path, you have relative path, and Okay, so the ls command, as you guys know, it lists the files in the current directory. Okay, and you can use different options. Okay, if you just type ls, it will list the current file. Oh, sorry, current directories uh, in where location is, right? In the current location. But you can you can use different option with ls. For example, ls dash. Oh, by the way, when you type ls and you see different colors, you okay? Uh, it's not the feature of every Linux distribution. Actually, they are. It was included in this virtual machine by using this switch dash dash color included. But if you see like another distribution, if you type ls, you'll probably just see the listing in one color, which is white. Okay, so this is actually a modified version of ls command. And how it's created? By using variable, if you remember variable. All right, so let's see. So ls command comes with different option. ls-a shows the all the files, even the hidden files. Okay, so these dot files are empty files. Sorry, directories. So it shows the even shows the hidden directories. So each file has detail associated with it. Okay, so every file has detail. Let's go here. So you can see the detailed information of the file by using by using L option. So if I want to see the detail of var log file, I use -L option. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, so I can use the -L option. So here you see the long listing. You see more information about the file, and it comes in handy. So what does it mean? Okay, here the first column is either it's a file or the directory. Dash means file, D means directory. Then, and here there are different regular file, directory, symbolic link, pipe, block file, characters. These are different. Pipe is the allows for communication between processes. Okay, so C used to communicate with hardware, the file. So it will tell you what type of file it is. Then the permissions, which is very, very important. Later on, there's a chapter about how to change permissions, okay, on a file using the command line. On GUI it's easy, but the command line you have to use the command to change file permissions. So here, read, write, execute, read. So we'll talk about permission later on. But here you see all the permission that are assigned by default to a file. This is the link. The number indicates how many hard links point to this file. So the hard links are the links which we will that are assigned to a file, and links we will cover hard links later on. Okay, so here's the owner. So the owner of this file is root. Okay, group owner, the group is also root because you have user and the group. File size, time span, time stamp. When was the last time the file was modified, and here is the name of the file. Okay. And then there are symbolic link. So the symbolic links are the also displayed with the file. We'll cover symbolic link again in the next chapter. Okay, so dash L dash L displays uh, well dash dash L displays sizes in byte. Okay, if you wanna read in human readable format, if you want to see in the human readable format, you have to use dash h option, so you will see the difference. So if I type this, I think we wasn't it covered in previous chapter. Did we cover that? So here you see the size in byte. Here with dot with the addition of h, it's in kilobytes, so it's much easier to understand. Okay, to see the size of the file.
Yeah, we did cover it in chapter 5, the L
Okay,
and the LH.
yeah, I think so. Just anyway, doesn't matter. It's okay. So review. All right. Next, oh, is this one or dash D is used to current. It refers to the current directory and not the contents within it. So if you just type dash D, let's see what happens. So there's only one here in this case, directory. But if you want to list the contents of the directory, you have to type here. We are not talking about the file. We are talking about the directory. Okay, so you type uh, ls dash l with the D, and then you will also see the content where I am. Okay, why I'm not showing? Okay, what happened before? So you see, it shows the directory and B. Okay, yes, it sorry, it shows the listing of the directory. So here it's the current with dash D. Instead of listing all the directories, it shows just the current directory, not all the directories, like in dash just dash L. Okay, recursive listing is when you want to display all the files in the directory, and so it's the recursive listing, and as well, and also the files in all subdirectories. Okay, so for recursive listing, you have to use dash R option. So if I type ls dash R, so it will show what's inside the etc and ppp directory dash R. Sort command. So by default, ls sort files uh, alphabetically, okay, by the file name. Sometimes you want to sort file using different criteria. For example, you want to sort file by size, uh, okay? So you can type, so you can use S option, okay? So here, if you type this command without dash S option, it will sort the file, it will list the file alphabetically. But if you want to sort file in different by size, you can use ls dot dash s option. So if I type copy, you see the order is different. It's now the file is sorted by different. You can also use H option to display human readable size like before. So if we type ls dash lsh, it will display file in human readable format. The size 501K, 3.2K, 32 bytes. These are the bytes. And for more detailed information, like when the file is when the file was modified, you can use full-time option -t and full-time option. So this will give you more detailed information. You see this? To display the complete timestamp on the file, -t full-time. You can also perform a reverse sort. Okay, it can be used either alone or combined with other option. So let's see, what is the reverse sort with -l and r? It will show the file size from the smallest to the largest. Instead of largest to the smallest, it will show smallest to the largest. So now you have, this is the reverse sort. All right, so this here,